Everyone loves a great deal. I know I sure do. In this video, I'm going to show you 10 strategies that will help you get an amazing deal on your next cruise that you're going to book in 2023. Stay tuned. Hi everyone, Rob from Cruise Seekers, and today I'm going to do probably one of my favorite videos of all time because we're going to talk about how to save some serious money when you book your next cruise. We're not talking about, hey, how am I going to get the cheapest cruise possible? No, we're talking about how you're going to get the most bang for your buck on your next cruise. I know I take great pride when I feel that I have got the absolutely best possible deal for the cabin I'm traveling on, for the line that I'm traveling on the whole ship. I just love that feeling. I want to give that feeling to you. First thing you got to remember, folks, is cruise lines do understand that purchasing a vacation is an emotional event for people. It is an emotional purchase. So you're going to see all sorts of sales on their sites that are saying, hey, hurry up. There's going to be a countdown clock going on. Or hurry up. This is a once in a lifetime sale or the best sale ever sale. Don't fall for these marketing tools that the cruise lines are employing on you, because there is a sale every week. And the best sale ever sale that happened last week, the price is going to be almost identical to the brand new sale that they're going to have next week. Don't fall for the emotional purchase. I'm going to give you strategies on how to get the best price available, period. And the way we're going to do that is we're taking the emotion out of the purchase. We're going to be very strategic on how we purchase our next cruise vacation. And we're going to get into each and every one of these aspects, and we're going to give you 10 strategies on how to actually book a great cruise vacation for the best price possible. But before we do, I want to just again welcome everybody to our wonderful new channel, Cruise Seekers. We're so happy that you're here. We're so happy that you found this video. If you love cruising, if you love videos about cruising, how-tos, ship reviews, things to make you save money, breaking down the packages so you understand exactly what you're purchasing, think about subscribing. It's free. Turn that little notification bell on. This way you get notified exactly when we put up new cruise content. You want to be part of the in crowd, right? The in crowd, the in the know crowd. That's what I like to say here. You're in the know crowd. When you get that little notification bell on, you get that notification and you get the information as soon as I publish it. Again, remember, hit that subscribe button, turn that little notification bell on. Thanks in advance. All right, folks, here we go. We're going to start off with strategy number 1, and it is be flexible with your cruise dates. You'll be amazed how a movement of 1 week from one side or another from a specific date can drastically affect the price of your cruise. Cruise lines do know when holidays are. Cruise lines do know when kids are out of school. Some of the highest pricing that you will find is during holiday periods, especially Christmas and New Year's. You're going to want to avoid these dates if at all possible. But if you really want to take a special holiday cruise, if you're thinking about doing something like that, think about doing a holiday cruise not on the specific holiday date. Think about having an early Christmas or an early Thanksgiving or celebrating New Year's early. Some of the best pricing you're going to find in cruising is called the shoulder seasons. An example of the shoulder seasons is like, say, Alaska cruises. The shoulder season is in the beginning of the season and at the end of the season. We're talking about late April to early May to end of September, early October. This is when the ships first get there and when the ships are about to leave. Those pricing of those type of Alaska cruises can be extremely enticing. Now, some of the best prices you're going to probably find for any cruises at any time is in the time period between the United States Thanksgiving holiday and the Christmas holiday. The reason why is because there's so many people that travel for that Thanksgiving holiday and for Christmas time. Nobody really does any kind of personal travel in between. They're too busy. So if you're really thinking about a holiday cruise, think about that time period. Have a late Thanksgiving, enjoy that savings. Have an early Christmas, enjoy that savings. And now we're going on to strategy number 2. And number 2 strategy is please be flexible with your cruise line. Cruise lines build out their loyalty program to really entice people to stay with them and them only. But the thing is, you're not going to really get much of the really high value perks until you spend around 20,000 US dollars on that cruise line. We're talking about 80 nights of sailing or 70 nights of sailing. Yes, you can book these cruises during double points time and it will cost you less. But in general, it's about $20,000 worth of vacation dollars in order to get to those tiers that will start really getting you some good perks that have some real strong benefits. Really nice thing about trying out different lines too is you get to see exactly what each cruise line's vibe is, right? And then you could make a better decision on which one you want to focus on more. All right, folks, the third strategy we're going to give you right now, number 3, is think about booking a longer cruise. Cruises longer than 7 nights might look to be more expensive, right? You see $X for the 7 night and $Y for this 9 night. But if you do the math and you take that 9 night cruise and you divide it by 9, and you take that 7 night cruise and you divide it by 7, what that's going to do is give you the price per day. You might notice that those longer cruises are less money per day than the 7 night cruises. And the reason being is relatively simple. A lot of people cannot take as much time off from work. What's happening is the population that can go on those cruises are getting narrowed. So of course it makes it harder to sell those ships. In general, I find usually those 9 night cruises to be about 10 to 20% less per night per person than a normal 7 night cruise. And the other cool thing is those longer cruises, they have odd days, right? Especially the 9 night, right? That means usually you're leaving on a Friday instead of a Saturday or a Sunday. And because of that, if you're flying into the cruise, it's usually cheaper to fly in on a Thursday versus a Friday or a Saturday. See that even more savings with these longer cruises because the flights that you're coming in on are on odd days versus very, very popular days for flying. Let us now talk about strategy number 4. You're going to try to want to book a cruise at a port as close to home as possible. Airfare can easily add an extra $1,000 to your vacation budget right off the bat. Now, if you're following this strategy and you're going to book a cruise at a port nearby your home and you're going to drive to the port, some other strategies you can follow is try to find a hotel the night before the cruise so that you can park your car there and leave it there and then take a shuttle bus to the cruise port with the hotel. That's going to save you a ton of money for your parking costs on your cruise. Now, if you absolutely have to fly, right? Think about places that you don't have as long of a flight to go to the port. Shorter flights are just less money, folks. The other thing you might want to think about doing if you're flying to a port, think about some of the secondary airports in your city. I know, like, for example, in New York City metro area, there are the 3 major airports, right? You have LaGuardia, Kennedy, and Newark. There are some airports that you can go to, especially if you live on Long Island, called MacArthur Airport, that you can go to, and it's cheaper. And finally, the other thing that you want to think about doing, especially with airfare and stuff like that, think about instead of flying into the port 1 day early, think about flying in 2 days early. This will then get you to those dates, those Thursday dates, where you're going to be able to save some money on your airfare because less people are flying. Strategy number 5, this is for the family people, folks. The best promo that you're going to really want to adhere to when you see the sale on the cruise ships websites is those fares for kids free. They are really true good sales. But please make sure you understand the terms and conditions. Some cruise lines have different ideas of what a kid is. Some of them is 17 and under. Some of them are 12 and under. So understand the terms and conditions for the sale. Now, other cruise lines don't just restrict these 3rd and 4th free passengers to just children. They just basically say anybody who is the 3rd or 4th passenger in the room gets a discount. Look for those. Now, the one thing you do have to understand with these fares, the cruise lines know when kids are going on vacation. They're not in school. So you're going to not see these sales during those periods of time, right? The sailing that you might want to go on this specific date, that promo might not be available because they know that they're going to be able to get lots of kids onto that ship because of the vacation that they have, and the promo is not going to be applicable to that sailing. And just remember to, usually with these promos, almost all the time, you're going to still have to pay the port fees and the taxes for those third and fourth passengers. That's not included in the free promo. Strategy number 6, use a good travel agent. Now, finding a good and reputable travel agent can be difficult. There are some things you're going to want to do in order to find one. You're going to want to ask your friends and neighbors, who do they use? They can give you good word of mouth recommendations. Ask them, why do they think that they have a really good travel agent? See what they have done for them. Now, why do you want to use a good travel agent? Well, first off, a good travel agent is going to give you access to some rates that you might not even see, that are not even published. These are group rates that cruise lines give to travel agents to block out rooms for their travel agency at a really discounted rate when the cruise is announced. So you might be able to get into a rate that you can't get into right now. A good travel agent will also give you additional perks when you book with them. They might give you extra onboard credit on top of what the cruise line is already giving. They might give you a free specialty dining event. You might walk into your cabin and you might see some chocolate covered strawberries and a bottle of champagne. And finally, a good travel agent will keep an eye on your booking for you. They will let you know if anything has changed, itinerary changes. Now, some of the travel agents to avoid, one of the ones I would definitely say to avoid are those big box type of travel agents, the Costco's, etc. Yeah, they can get you a really good price because of their group bookings that they get. But usually what you lose is the customer service. You don't know who your travel agent is. You're in a call bank. It's just not very personal. And finally, you're going to want to avoid the online only travel agencies, right? The ones that you don't know who your travel agent is. They never give you a name. You book online. If you call to try to get something changed, you go into this big bank, you give a reservation number, you're talking to a different person every time. You just don't, have that level of service. Now, again, you can get good deals with that, but at times when you need the customer service, they tend to be lacking severely. So we're heading down the home stretch. We are at strategy number 7. Strategy number 7 is book early. Now, here's the deal with booking early though, right? When you book, when the sailing is announced, the ship is completely empty. This is usually when the price is going to be the best. And then the pricing will fluctuate, usually up from there. And then from there, it might start to trend down if they don't see it selling as well. And the odds are you're not going to get below that initial price, but you might. But that's why you want that good travel agency from the strategy before to help you if that is the case. So yeah, book early. It really, really helps. The other reason why you want to book early too is a lot of times these new sailings come with additional perks with them, such as reduced airfare, such as reduced deposits. You also might see some bundled packages with that. It might include a drinks package, or it might include some Wi-Fi, or it might include gratuities. Those are really nice things too. Finally, they might also throw you some onboard credit. So again, all good reasons why to book early. All right, strategy number 8. Strategy number 8 really kind of focuses on how you want to cruise. If you're kind of a person that wants to cruise with a drink package and with a Wi-Fi package, and you like that all-inclusive feel, you might want to think about looking at a tier above what you're looking at right now. So if you are thinking about a Royal Caribbean cruise or a Carnival cruise, but you do want to travel with a drink package and you do want to travel with Wi-Fi, you might want to think about looking at Princess or HAL or Celebrity, right? Because usually those cruise lines have bundled packages that you can purchase when you are booking your cruise. So the reason why I'm saying to go look at the tier above is because if you travel on the mainstream cruise lines and you get these packages, the drinks packages, the Wi-Fi package, you prepay your gratuities, you get to a point in the total cost of your cruise that might actually be more money than going on one of the premier lines for a similar itinerary or a similar date. So if this is how you want to cruise, broaden your horizons. Look at the other cruise lines as well. You might save some money. We're almost done, folks. 2 more strategies. So here we go with strategy number 9. Book an older ship. These older ships, especially when you're looking at some of the premier lines, can get you amazing values. Yes, these ships tend to be smaller in sizes, but they also are more laid back. There's less stress, there's less people running around. So if that's how you want to cruise, this can be an ideal strategy for you. Also, the service on these smaller ships tend to be a little bit more elevated. The people are going to know you. The service staff is going to know you. The bartenders are going to know you. They're going to remember your favorite drink. They're going to remember exactly when you like to get the bread basket and when you are getting your glasses filled. They got a good timing for you. Also, on these smaller ships, people tend to have abilities to create and forge new friendships with some of the passengers on board, right? Some of these big mega ships, you never see the same people twice. On these smaller ships, you see them all the time. And finally, when you're on these smaller ships and you're meeting these people, you're going to find people who go on this specific ship or this specific class of ship all the time because it's their favorite. And what's really cool when you start talking with them, they're going to give you little tips and tricks about that class of ship on how to have a great vacation. Leverage that. You're never going to get that in a big mega ship. As I said, you're never going to see the same person twice, and you're going to kind of be on your own on these giant mega ships. When you are in these smaller, older ships, you really kind of feel like a community. And finally, strategy number 10 to get the best value for your cruise dollar is visit the shipboard consultants for your next cruise on that cruise line. Now remember, as I said before, cruise lines understand that purchasing a cruise vacation or any vacation is an emotional purchase. They like to strike when the iron is hot, when you are having those endorphins running through you and you're on your cruise vacation to get you to book another with them. It helps with their loyalty program. It helps with their pre-bookings. It's a good thing for the cruise lines. But what they do is they really do give you good incentive to do it, especially if you like that cruise line. So what I want you to do is before you actually go on the cruise, do some research about your next cruise so that when you go to these consultants, you already have a good idea of what cruise you want to go on in the future with that cruise line. It will help you immensely. Now, if you did book with a travel agent, you got to understand that even though you booked on the cruise line for your next cruise, your travel agent is still going to get credit for that new booking. That's just how it works. The cruise line knows exactly that you were booked through a travel agency. The travel agency that you booked with will get credit for that future booking as well. So when you get off the ship, call your travel agent, say, hey, I booked a new cruise coming up. And they go, yeah, we saw the email. And you can all celebrate, and you can then ask, what perks are you going to give me? You still get those extra perks from your good travel agent. Now, if you don't know what cruise you want to go on next, but you want to really take advantage of the promo that they're giving you for booking your next cruise on board, one of the things you can do is you can usually purchase a cruise certificate. Now, every cruise line has a different terms and condition on how long these certificates last, so you have to ask them that question. You just need to then attach it to a real cruise by a given period of time. So if that's your case and it's within a good tolerance for how you want to make your next cruise purchase, then by all means, do it. Take advantage of that promo. It's a good deal and it will save you money in the long run. So there you go, folks. There's our 10 strategies to make sure you get the best price and value for your next cruise in 2023 that you're going to book, right? You're going to book a new cruise in 2023. Let us know in the comments down below if you like these strategies, which strategies you've employed before, how you've saved money. Did I miss a strategy that you used? Let us know in the comments down below. We love having these conversations with all of you. It helps the community immensely. And we reply to all our comments. So please leave a comment down below. And if you like this video, please think about giving it a big thumbs up. We love that as well. It really helps with the YouTube algorithm to let people know that they are getting value from our content, and it will let other people know saying, hey, this might be a good video for you if you're looking to book a cruise in 2023. So I'm going to ask one more time, folks, if you are not a member of the Cruise Seekers crew, think about subscribing. Turn that little notification bell on so you could be part of the In the Know crowd, and you will know when we put out all new content. Thanks in advance. So until we talk again next time, this is Rob from Cruise Seekers reminding each and every one of you to always seek the seas. Bye now.